ربي الأعلى سبحان ربي الأعلى سبحان ربي الأعلى بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters in Islam. My name is Muhammad Awal. I am a Nigerian from Nigeria. In the region of Niger State, a Datilo Kokome, Niger State, a village called Go inside a Datilo Kokome. That's where I'm from, that's mountain, that's my village. I'm in the people tribe. This is my number 18 video. So I come to this Lagos, not far to the so I'm living inside Lagos in our area. Lagos in our area. Masaracha side Lagos. So every time when you come to that mall, that's why 5 meters where I'm living. My business is selling small, but I'm selling. So today's topic is about the philosophy behind the best part of the Holy Quran. The philosophy behind the best part of the Holy Quran, meaning a way in between, a way that Allah chooses for us in our salah, and fasting, and judgment, and all activity. The philosophy behind the best part of the Quran has no end, meaning a way between, a way of Almighty Allah. So when I'm making this video, when you come to Nigeria, you come to Lagos City. When you come to Lagos City, you come to Ajar Road. You come to Lake Ajar Road, that is opposite of Ajar Road, Ilaso Street, of Ajar Road. When you come straight, see, that's why you see me making this video. Then this video is about the best part of the Quran, the philosophy behind the best part of the Quran, a way that searches for us in our Salat and fasting judgment. Has no end. You see, which is when we got Surah Israel, chapter 17. When we got Surah Zumar, chapter 31, verse 18 and verse 55. Verse 18 said, الَّذِينَ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقَوْلَ فَيَتَّبِعُونَ الْأَحْسَنَ أُولَٰئِكَ هَدَاهُمُ اللَّهُ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ. Those who listen to a word and follow the best part thereof, those are whom Allah has rightly guided, and then those are men of understanding. Meaning the whole Quran is the word of Almighty Allah. Then when you listen to the whole Quran and then you follow the best part thereof, then those are whom Allah has rightly guided, and then those are men of understanding. Meaning, so that is where you would know that the whole Quran has parts. This is where you would know that the whole Quran has parts. There's again Allah said in Surah Al-Azab, in Surah Al-Zumar, Allah said in Surah Al-Zumar, chapter 39, the same surah, chapter 39, verse 55 says, واتبعوا أحسن ما أنزل إليكم من ربكم من قبل أن يأتيكم العذاب بغتة وأنتم لا تشعرون. And follow the best part of that which is sent down to you from Allah before the punishment come to you suddenly while you present them. That is where you know that the whole Quran has parts. Then when we go to Surah Al-Isra, chapter 71, verse 1 and 6 and 1 and 10. Verse 1 and 6, Allah said, وَقُرْآنًا فَرَّقْنَا لِتَقْرَأَهُ عَلَى النَّاسِ عَلَى الْمُكْثِ وَنَزَّلْنَاهُ تَنزِيلًا. And it is a Quran in which I have divided into parts in order that my recite to remain at interval, and then we have a really by stage. So Allah said that we have divided Quran into parts. Then let us discover how many parts the whole Quran has been divided. How many parts Allah said divided Quran. Then when we go Surah Al-Isra, chapter 17, verse 1 and 10 said, قُلِ ادْعُوا اللَّهَ وَادْعُوا الرَّحْمَنَ أَيَّامَا تَدْعُوا وَلَهُ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى وَلَا تَجْعَلْ بِصَلَاتِكَ وَلَا تُخَافِتْ بِهَا وَابْتَغِ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ. He said, call Allah or call Ar-Rahmani. By whatever name you call him, the same. For him belongs the best name. Then the first command Allah said, وَلَا تَجْعَلْ صَلَاتِكَ. Neither loud salat, meaning don't loud salat. You see, that is first part of the Quran. Then the second command Allah said, وَلَا تُخَافِتْ بِهَا. No, you hide it, meaning don't hide it. You see, that is the second part of the Quran. Then the third command Allah said, وَابْتَغِ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ. But follow a way between. You see, that is third part of the Quran. So the whole Quran has been divided into three parts. Allah said, divided Quran into three parts. The first command Allah said, وَلَا تَجْعَلْ صَلَاتِكَ. Don't loud salat. That is first part. The second command Allah said, وَلَا تُخَافِتْ بِهَا. Don't hide your salat. You see, that is second part of Quran. Then third command Allah said, وَابْتَغِ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ. But follow a way in between. You see, that is third part of Quran. Then this way between is for you to adjust your voice in salat, meaning you will neither loud nor hide. Then all your salat cease down from salat al-subhi, salat al-zuhr, salat al-asr, salat al-maghrib, salat al-isha, and water nafilat al-midwai. All your salat, all your tasbih, all your dua is the same way you follow and do it, meaning you will neither loud nor hide it. That is third part of Quran. That's what we call matter. That's what it's just for. So you see it, you adjust your voice. So our criminal Arab, they went one and said that Muslims should loud their salat and hide some. And then why Allah said, why that loud and hiding? Allah said, warn us, said that we should not loud it and then we should not hide it. Meaning the loud and hiding all together, that That Arab man said the Muslim of the world is not written inside the Quran. Therefore, the Quran has cast that one outside. Inside the Quran, Allah says, "Wala tazaraka, don't lie, wala tazaraka, don't hide." What take you by that, but follow it. And then that's what you are just what. Then Arab man went for that, said that you should go allow the salah and then go hide it. Say, ain't that the way between when you come to the performing dua, it has bad when you come to perform dua, that's where you follow the way between. As if the dua is different from the salah. When you finish salah, if it is so, what they say, when you finish salah, why can't you just leave tasbah and dua and then go? Why can't you leave it and go? When you finish your salat, since they want to separate it, salat and dua. If you finish salat, what you do, just stand up, leave the tasbah, leave the dua. You will hear him say, all your salat, since start from salat to subhi, salat to dhuhr, salat maghrib, salat isha, shafa, and water, nafilah, tasbih, dua. All your salat, all your tasbah, all your dua, the same way you follow and do them, you will like that. Lord, I just support. That is the way between. That's where Allah choose for us. Then this is a way between a way that Allah choose for us, for you to know that it's a way of Almighty Allah. There's no doubt in that. You see, when we go Surah Al-Anfal chapter 8 of the Quran verse 24 saying, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu istajibu lillahi wa lirasulihi idha da'akum lima yuhyikum wa alamu anna Allaha yahinu wa bayna al-mar'i wa qalbi wa annahu ilayhi tusharun. All you who believe Allah and His Messenger, when He called it to that which is giving life, and know that Allah come in between person and son, and then to Him which are God. وَعَلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَحِيلُ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ and know that Allah come in between person and son. Then He gave us command in Surah Al-Isra chapter 71 verse 110 end of verse said وَبْتَغِي بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ but follow it. But follow it. So see, Allah said command us to follow it. And then this is the way between. This is the way of Almighty. Then the name of the way between Almighty, that is the best one. And then when we go Surah Zumar chapter 8. That now verse 8 said الَّذِينَ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقَوْلَ فَيَتَّبِعُونَ الْأَحْسَنَ أُولَٰئِكَ هَدَاهُمُ اللَّهُ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ. Those who listen to a word and follow the best part thereof, then those are whom Allah has rightly guided, and then those are men of understanding. You see, the whole one is the word of Allah. When you listen to the whole one and then you follow the best part thereof, then in your salat and fasting and judgment and all activity, then those are whom Allah has rightly guided, and then those are men of understanding. So you see, best word of Allah. Then this is the way between. When you come to separate the fight, when we come to the judgment, in time of judgment, when you come to separate the fight, how did you do? You saw two people fighting. How did you do? You go in between them and just stretch your hands, separate the fight. When you see two people fighting, what do you do? First and first, you go in between them and just stretch your hand, separate the fight. Then Allah said, وَعَلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَحِيلُ and know that Allah come in between person and his heart. Allah come in between. Then He gave you command said, وَابْتَغِي in Surah Al-Isra chapter 71 verse 1 at the end of the verse, وَابْتَغِي بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ but follow with it. Then when you come to separate the fight, you go in between them and just stretch your hand, spread the fight. You see, wait. Then from there you now started looking at the person at the right hand side fighting with the person at the left hand side. That is first one. The person at the left hand side fighting with the person at the right hand side. That is second part one. Then you that come in between, you that go in between them, and then straight your hand, separate the fight. That is third part one. That's way between. That's what Paul Matala you follow and separate that fight. From there you now started looking at in between them who is fought, who is truthful, and then who is fought. So I say. You start to look at in between it. Then, the one that is 40, you give him the 4, that's what you got. The one that is truthful, you give him 2, that's what you got. Then you that judge in between them with justice, that is third one. That's what all matter. You use and judge in between them, meaning the best one. The one that is at 40, you give him the 4, whether if you come with the gold, fill war with it in order to give you, for you to support it, don't support it, give him the 4. That is first one. The one that is truthful, you give it the truth. That's the second one. Then you that judge in between them with justice. That is third one. That's the thing. That's what Almighty Allah. Meaning that's what with Almighty Allah. You follow and judge in between them. Meaning the best part of one. You use and judge in between them. Look at it. So that's in judgment, in time of judgment. Then when we come to our body, you look at our body, you see a line of water coming to our body. Look at it. The right side of our body, that's what's about. The left side of our body, that's what's about. Then the line of water coming to our body, that's the stored one, that's the way between, that's what all material first, then all the human body. And then when you check all the human body, you find that line. Just again, when you go to the leaf, look at it, in between, the way between the leaf. The right side leaf, that's what's about. The left side leaf, that's what's about. That's what's about. Then this line of water coming to the leaf. That is stored one. That's what all material. First turn it on the leaf, and then when you check on the leaf, you find that. Then the name of the weight of all material, that is better. Then again, it's somebody. We go to the animal, we don't that are living in the forest, we don't that are living in the house, we don't that are living inside water with and belly hand. When you check in between them, you see a light that draw come to them. You check their body. If you like to change the body of lion from backbone to the chest, you see a light that draw come to the body of lion. That's light that draw come to the eyes of lion. That's light that draw come to the nose of lion. That's light that cover his mouth. That's light that draw come to the chest of lion. Lion, right and left side. That's light that go down to his back. That's go into the back of lion. Right and left. Then one comes to body part. The right side body of animal. That's what's about. The left side body of animal. That's upper part. Then the line that draw come into the body of animal. That is third body part. That is that's what all material first. Then the old animal body. And then when you go to animal, when you check all the animal body, you find another. Then the name of the weight of all material, that is best part of one. They get this on it. We go to the granite. When you check the granite, you yourself, when you want to feed the granite, that's the way that you follow up feeding. You see a line that come into the granite, right to left side. Then one come part of one. The right side of the granite, that's what's about. The left side of the granite, that's upper part. Then the line that comes to the granite, the right to left side, that is third one, that's what all material first, then all the granite. And then when you check all the granite, you find out then the name of the way between all material, and that is the best part of one. Just again, it is somebody. We go to the colano. When you check the colano, you see a line that draw come to the colano, right? And then that's you yourself, when you want to feed the colano, that's the way that you follow and feed the colano. Then when we come to Paraguay, the right side of the colano, that's first part. The left side of the colano, that's upper part. Then the line that draw come to the colano, right and the left side. That is third part. That's way between, that's what all material first, then all the colano. And then when you check all the colano, you find out then the name of the way to all material, that is best. Just again, it is over there. We go to the hair of the bed. When you check the hair of the bed, you see a line of drawn and come in between the hair of the bed, the right side. Then when we come to the right side of the hair of the bed, that's the first one. The left side of the hair of the bed, that's the second one. Then the line that drawn and come to the hair of the bed, that is third one. That's way between. That's when all material first, then all the hair of the bed. And then when you check all the hair of the bed, you find it with this line. Then the name of the way between the way of all material, that is best one. Just again, it is over there. We go to the bottom bed. You check the bottom bed from backward to chest. You see a line and draw come to the bottom bed, right and the left side. Then when you come to bottom, the right side bottom bed, that's what's up. The left side bottom bed, that's upper part. Then the line that draw come to the bottom bed, right and left side, that is third part. That's weighty. That's what all material first, then all the bottom bed. And then when you check all the bottom bed, you find the line. You find it with that line. Then the name of the weighty with all material, that is best part. Just again, it is over there. We go to the We go to the eye. We go to the eye. The upper lip of the eye. Look at it. That is first part. The down lip of the eye, that's upper part. Then that blink of eye that you are blinking and seeing, that is third part. That's what all material, all the woman with the eye follow and blink and see. That blinking and see that we are doing, that blinking and see that we are doing, that is third part. That's what all material. That all the creation of all material follow and blink their eyes and see. Then the name of the way to all material, that is personal. Then when we come to it is somebody, we come to the mouth. The upper lip of the mouth, that's first part. The down lip of the mouth, the upper lip of the mouth, with the upper teeth of the mouth, that's first part. The down lip of the mouth, with the down teeth of the mouth, that's second part. Then that's your mouth that is going up and down when you're talking, when you're eating. That is third part. That's way teeth. That's what all material, all the woman that's a kind of man follow and talk and eat. Then that talking that you are talking and eating, that is third part. That's way teeth. That's what all material. That all the creation that's a kind of man follow and talk and eat. Then the name of the way to all material, that's special. Just again, when you look at the sky has three signs. The sign of brightness, and the sign of darkness, and the sign of when the sky is blue. Then the sign of brightness, that is from morning to the evening. That is first one. The sign of darkness, that's the morning, that is The sign of darkness. That's from night to daybreak. That's the second paragraph. When the sky, but when the sky is blue, 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 that's a short time. That's for minutes. That is third paragraph. That's waiting. That's what all matter. Then the name of the waiting of all matter. That's possible. And then when you look at it, look at the leaf. Look at the example of it. The right hand lip is very wide. That's possible. The left hand lip is very wide. That's possible. Then this ladder door that comes in the lip, you see, it's tiny. It's short. It's tiny. It's tiny. That is third one. That's what all matter. Wait. When you look at all the human body, you see it. Then again, this somebody. The sky, when the sky is with brightness, that is from morning to the evening. Almost 12 hours. That is first paragraph. Then from night to daybreak, that's the long distance hour. Almost 12 hours. That is second paragraph. But when the sky is blue, 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 that's a short time. Very short. Some minute. That is third paragraph. That's waiting. That's what all matter. Then the name of the waiting, that's what all matter appear in the sky. Then the name of the waiting of all matter, that is special. Then that particular time, that's time that the command us to take fasting and then to break a fast. And then that is the white thread down appear to the same from black thread. What is when you watch short in Baqarah chapter 21 verse 187 said, end of the verse said, وَقُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ. ثُمَّ أَتِمُّوا الصِّيَامَ اللَّيْلِ. Eat and drink, but white thread down appear to the same from black thread. The white thread that come in between the brightness and darkness, that is when the sky is blue, blue. The white thread down appear to the stem from black thread, that's when the sky is blue, blue, blue. That is third paragraph. That's what all matter. Then the name of the whole matter, that's possible. So that's time that command us to stop eating, meaning to take our fast. They say, Summa Timosiyamele, then break the fast until nightfall. During the nightfall, till nightfall. That is after Salatul Maghrib. Before Salatul Isha, when the sky is blue, blue, blue. The sky is blue, blue. You see? That's the same time. So that's time that we break a fast. So the same time we take a fast. That's the same time we break a fast. So see, that is the best part of the one. Then again, in somebody, the philosophy behind a way between a way from Allah has no end. Then when we come to the between you and your house, between the market and your house, that's empty away from matter. So going to the market that you are coming to the home, that's you follow a way between the way from matter and go to market and come. Between your house and the mosque, that is empty away from matter. Between your house and your working place, that is empty away from matter. Between your house and your shopping place, that is empty away from matter. Between your mouth and somebody's mouth, between the talking that you talk between you and somebody, that is away from matter. You follow on top. Between where you are, if you want to go to a place, between where you started walking to where you want to go, that is away from matter. Between you, when you call somebody from here to the outside, between you talking that you talk to him, between you and him, that is the way between away from matter. You follow and talk to him. When you are talking between your mouth and somebody here that will, and the person that will hear you, that is the way between away from matter. So when you look at it, you continue going. The philosophy behind it has no end. So when you look between the sky and the ground, the rain that is falling, that's away from matter. Between the sky and the ground, the air that is web, that's away from matter of full and break that air. Look at it. Fire that is catching is away from matter. That's why the fire is catching. See, it's catching. You that you are walking, the right hand side of your leg, the right hand side of the leg and the right hand side of your body, that's possible. The leg and the left hand side of your body, that's possible. Then that walking that you are walking, that is third part of one, that is when you follow matter, you follow and walk. So you see, the philosophy behind it has no end. So you see, between your tongue and what you want to say, that's what you're fundamental. Because that's your tongue. That is possible. Then whatever you want to say, that's something. Then talking, saying it. That's when you follow and say it. Moving that you move and eat with your tongue is a way between a way for all material you follow and move. Because that's your tongue, that's possible. Whatever you want to say, that's something. Moving the tongue that you move. That is not but one. That's way between that's what we follow material. Then the name of the way between we follow material. That is best part of the one. If you move an inch, you are on a way between. If you are in this world, you are on a way between. The sleeping that you are sleeping is a way between your full metal. You see? One God, you never died completely. That is also God. And then you didn't stand up, open your eye. That's also God. But you are lying on the ground, breathing. That is the way between you are breathing up and down, up and down. You close eyes, you are breathing. See, that is the way between you follow asleep. And then when you are standing also, the breathing that you are breathing, your nose, the nose that Allah created for us, that is first of all. The air that Allah created, that's the second part. Then that breathing that we are breathing in and out, that is third part of one. That's the way between, that's what all the matter we follow and breathe in and out. Then the name of the way between the way for Allah, that is best part of one. When you continue going, the eating that we are eating, the fruit that we are, the philosophy behind it has no end. Sun that is moving, the way between the way for Allah, flow and move. Between the gun that you want to shoot, between the gun and the way the bullet will strike, that is the way for Allah. And shoot that gun, that bullet that went between where you start shooting, where it will strike. That's the way for Allah. Between you and your enemy, when you come to find a bad thing, between you and the enemy, that is the way for Allah. The way of Allah. When you hold the sword in your hand, him also will hold the sword in his hand. Then when you come to battle, that battle that you are battling with a sword, that is the way between the way of Allah you follow and battle. So see, the philosophy behind it has no end. When we come to the between the bomb, where you will shoot the bomb and the way it will strike, that is a way between the way of Allah. Between where you want to shoot the stone and the way it will strike, that is a way between the way of Allah. So see, the philosophy behind it has no end. Between where you want to shoot it, nuclear, to where it will strike, that's in between, that is the way between all metal you follow and shoot that nuclear weapon. And then it is a way between all metal, the nuclear weapon continue going. So we went to all metal. So see the philosophy behind it. The philosophy behind it has no end. When you go to my audio discs, you will find full explanation of it. The philosophy behind the best part of the Quran has no end, meaning a way for all material such as for us in our Salah and fasting and judgment. So, this is a warning to the Muslim of the whole world. Follow the best part of the Holy Quran. Follow the best part of the Quran, because this best part of the Quran, that's what Allah chooses for us. Command us to follow in our salat and fasting and judgment and in all activities. And then this best part of God, the way between a way for Allah is the best part of God inside the hadith of Allah, which is God. That's how the same a way between a way for Allah is the best part of all the hadith that I sent his prophet with. The reason why I say so, look at it on the leaf. Look at it on the leaf. This line that is in the leaf in this our generation, the people that come first, this line is still on the leaf, away between your whole metal. That is our generation. all the leaf that Allah guided, you find this line in between it. Look at it, you find this line in between it. Down to our great grandchildren that rather than about this line away from Almighty Allah, you find it on the leaf. So, and then Allah says in Surah Al-Fusilat, chapter 41, verse 14, said, "Ma yuqalu laka illa man qad ila surah qabli." The same thing I said to you, the same thing I said to the messenger that come for you. Whatever I said to you, that's what I said to the messenger that come before you. Look at it on the leaf. Then you come to our body, look at the line. The same this line that is in our body, that's the way between your whole matter. Then the people that come for us, Allah has created for us, you find this line in between their body. That is the way between your whole matter. Down to Allah, you find this line in our body. That is the way between your whole matter. Down to our great grandchildren that rather than about, you see find this line in their body. That is the way between your whole matter. So see, then when you go to Surah Al-Fusilat chapter 41 verse 14, say, "Ma yuqalu laka illa man qad ila surah." The same thing I said to you, the same thing I said to the messenger that come for you. The same away between away from that is inside the hadith which so what that same away between all in all the hadith is in all the hadith. Those are saying his property. So follow away between, meaning the best part of the Holy Quran. The best part of the hadith of Allah, what is Holy Quran, follow away between. This is a warning to the Muslim of the world. Follow the best part of the Holy Quran, away between. The philosophy behind it has no end, and then this is what I'm showing you. Whatever Allah says inside of Quran, the same thing is in all the hadith that Allah said in his prophet. Because your body, look at the leaf. The same leaf Allah created, look at it. The way between in the leaf. That's how it is in all the generation that Allah created. And then our children that will rather about, they will see this line on the leaf. Meaning a way between a way meaning the best of God. So see, the same thing Allah said to the messenger that come forth, that's the same thing He said to us. And then this way between a way Allah, that's what is in our body. And then this way you will know that no one will ever escape Allah. This way your faith will increase. This way you know that you will do the command of Almighty Allah the way He wanted, how He wanted, exactly the way He wanted. And then you have rest of mind in the rhythm of Islam. You worship Allah the way He wanted. So follow the best part of the Quran. When you go to my audio discs, you find a full explanation of it. And then about Salat, from the start to the end, I explain about Salat, how we perform Salat, the way it comes from the Holy Quran. Salat entirely. Because anyone that has question about it, you go to my discs, you find full explanation of it. So I think this one goes to stop. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.